Hello, everyone, and welcome to our live. We are Facebook group of the Network for Jewish Women Entrepreneurs, and also we are also in our podcast, the Jewish Women Entrepreneur. We are here today. Very special our podcast, and we wanted to share this with the community. We are here on October 7th, 2024, where we are commemorating together. We wanted to do this together because we wanted to be, as a group, as a community, all together, talking about what happened a year ago on October 7th, 2023. Now, we are here to talk about what happened, the atrocities and the terrible that happened on the Israeli south of the border, and we had 1,100 killed. We had over 200 hostages taken, and this horrible event that happened a year ago. But today I also I hope that you can hear me. But I want to talk about the fact that the Jewish people has been persecuted and killed throughout thousands and thousands of years. And we all, of course, know about and remember the Holocaust, which happened not too long ago. And the question today that I want to talk about in this podcast and in this commemoration of October 7th is that why do we have people that want to hurt us, and why do we have people that want to kill us, and why do we have people that cannot take the fact that the Jewish people are still not only alive but thriving, and why do we have so many attacks on Israel, on the country of Israel? And I want to talk about the fact that we as Jews sometimes we're not aware of what's happening. We're not aware of the power that we have. We're not aware of the strength that we have, and we're not aware of what we represent for the whole world. We actually think that we are a small country, we're a small people, only 12 million Jews in the whole world, only 8 million here in Israel, maybe a little more. Very small country. Some people say not even bigger than New Jersey, the state of New Jersey. And yet we attract so much attention, and we attract so much hatred, and so many people want to kill us. The truth is that it doesn't really matter what we say or what we do or how we behave or how we are when we are defending ourselves or attacking. People are always criticizing us. And my suggestion here is to say, if we are going to be criticized anyway, and if we are going to be anyway, people are not going to understand us, then we may as well be fully ourselves. And I find since October 7th, and I think it happened in the past also, that many Jewish people only remember what is their identity and remember to ask questions and wonder who they are only when bad things happen. I've had a lot of people since October 7th asking me, what is it really to be Jewish? What does it mean to be Jewish? What is this belonging to a people that is also a religion, that is also a country? What does it mean? Does it mean that we have, of course, we have a common history, we have common values, we have common culture, we have a common religion, we have a common country. But what does it mean really to be Jewish? And that question, I feel, is being asked over and over again, so that it is being awakened only very strongly when there is an attack on Jews. And then people wake up and say, wait, who are we? Why are we being attacked? And I feel like there is somewhere an illusion that some Jewish people have, that they want to belong, that they want to be like everyone else. They want to, people to think that they're nice, And so they don't really come out with their differences, or they don't really come out with their story, their narrative, or their history, or their identity. They rather blend in. Or maybe if you know Jewish people like that, or maybe you are, that you rather blend in, or you rather be like everyone else, rather than owning your differences and owning your identity. And I feel like today, when we are remembering what happened on October 7th, when simple people, civilians, women, babies, kids, people that didn't do anything, people who actually believed in peace and believed in uh, finding a solution with the Palestinian people, they were killed, brutally killed, raped, killed in front of their children, children killed in front of parents, and all this because they were Jewish. All this because they were born Jewish, even without asking. It wasn't even a choice. It was just a reality for them. And so I'm wondering if we are being reminded by everyone else around us that we are Jewish, and maybe we should really look into what does it mean to be Jewish. Maybe we should look into this power that we have that we don't even realize sometimes, and that we are waiting for other people outside, whether it's outside Israel or outside our people or our religion, to remind us who we are. I want to share with you a personal story that happened to me a few days ago. I'm actually right now in Europe, not by choice. I would have rather been in Israel, but I had to deal with family emergencies. And so we are in Europe, and we decided to go to Prague for Rosh Hashanah, which was a few days ago. I was really down not being in Israel for the holidays, and we were food shopping just before Rosh Hashanah in the store, where someone started small talk, in a line, waiting to pay for our food. And of course, people start the first question is, where are you from? And I always hesitate when I'm abroad to say that I'm from Israel, because you never know what kind of reaction Okay, I'm not sure if you can hear me. We did have a little technical problem. I will finish the story that I was sharing, and then we will talk about how we can be part of the solution and not only remembering the bad things that happened on October 7th. And so, as I was saying, I was standing online with a person who asked me where I'm from. I was hesitating because, as always, when you're abroad, you're not sure what to answer. And I decided to say that I was from Israel. And the face of the person who asked me the question online went, "Wow, you're from Israel." And the first thing that they said was, "Thank you." And this was after Nasrallah had been killed. And this person realized, obviously, that we had done a great favor to the whole world, and that this was something that everyone would benefit from. And he said, "We're so grateful for everything that Israel is doing. Thank you so much. We hope that you're safe. We're praying for you." And all of a sudden, my heart was filled with pride. And I was so proud to be part of the Jewish people, to be part of Israel, and to be able to say that I was part of this people. And I felt that it was an irony that I needed someone from outside to remind me. Obviously, I am always proud and I'm very connected to my Jewish identity, but I was feeling so down just before. And he was able to remind me what it meant to be Jewish and to be proud of being Jewish. Another person that I'm very inspired by in the last few months is her name is Iris Chaim. She is the mother of Yotam Chaim, who unfortunately was taken hostage on October 7th and then was killed by mistake by our soldiers when he tried to escape. And this woman is amazing. She is speaking on many platforms, and I'm not sure if she speaks English because I do want to interview her if she does. But in Hebrew, she does speak on a lot of platforms, and she is always bringing a message of hope. And today I heard her being interviewed, and she said something that I wanted to share with you because she said, "People say that time heals. People say that, with time, all wounds heal." And she said, "It's not only time, it's time and action. It's not only waiting for time to happen, but it is about what do you do during this time? What do you do? What is the action that you're taking to make sure that not only the wounds are healed, but also you're making a difference and you're contributing." Now, I do believe that the global network of Jewish women entrepreneurs is exactly the right place for women like you who want to act and who want to actually do something. I do believe that, yes, there is a time to be sad, and there is a time to mourn, and there's a time to grieve, and there's a time to, of course, be there with the people we love and make sure that we feel everything that's happening. Yes, there is a time for this, but there's also a time for action. There's also a time for deciding what do we want to do with this? What do we want to do with this thing? And we actually, when we sat down together with the team at the Global Network, and we wanted to give an option to people who wanted to act, people who wanted to actually make a difference and to be agents of change. We wanted to give them an opportunity to be that. And we decided to start an initiative that we call the Be Part of the Solution. And we actually, I'm going to bring on Martine Augustine, who has been my partner in crime for this initiative, without whom nothing would have happened. I want to bring her together. Hello, Martine. Hello,
Hi,
hello.
Natalie. How are you?
This is a special day, and that's why we're here, October 7th. But I am, on the one hand, watching all those news and hearing all those stories, and it's all bringing me back to that horrible day. And at the same time, I'm not happy, but I feel like we are at the right place, you and I, talking about our initiative. But before we jump into the be part of the solution, I want to ask you, how are you feeling today?
It's been a very, very challenging day. It was hard to get out of bed this morning. We've been glued to like the news on social media and all the different, memorials and ceremonies that have been going on. It hasn't been an easy day. I think we're all shell shocked that it's already been a whole year and we still have 101 hostages, and things are crazy up north, and down south isn't exactly quiet either. But it's amazing to see what people have done today to mark the occasion, mark the anniversary.
Yes. We can really feel it. I mean, I'm not physically in Israel, but I'm like watching on all the channels, and I feel actually grateful to be able to understand Hebrew. I know that some people who are watching or listening don't necessarily understand, but I hope that you find your way of being connected to everything that's happening, because it is very heartwarming and very moving to see everything that's happening. But Martine, I decided when we spoke about how do we want to commemorate this 1 year anniversary, we said, yes, we want to talk about what happened. We want to create a space for that commemoration, because we should never forget what happened. That was really, really important. But we also said that we want also, we want to look back, but we also want to look forward. And we also want to look in front of us, what can we do, and what change can we bring, and how can we contribute. When I say we, I mean the global network, the Jewish women entrepreneurs, part of our community, part of this Facebook group, and part of anyone who wants to join us. And so I want you to take us back to that moment where we had this idea that we called be part of the solution. I want us, if you can remind us, like, how did
Sure.
we come to this, and what did we want to achieve with that initiative?
Sure. So it was already about a few months ago, and we were talking about what we could do as business owners, business experts, Jewish leaders, female Jewish leaders, to make a difference. How could we contribute to what was going on worldwide, whether it be something to help the situation in Israel, the war effort, Hasbara, anything like that, or if it was just, not just, or if it was fighting anti-Semitism globally around the world. And we came up with a few ideas. We were discussing things. We started to go one way, and then we had another, discussion again. We had a few phone calls with people that were very keen to get involved. People were very excited about the initiative. Everybody feels that they want to do something and give something. Everybody has a voice, and people really want to use that voice. But what we found was that there was no point in reinventing the wheel. There were so many amazing initiatives and projects and nonprofits already happening. We felt that we didn't need to start another one. We felt that the best value that we could give as leaders and experts with skills would be to help existing initiatives that are already either up and running or just at the very early stages. So yeah, that's kind of how we got to where we are today.
Yeah, that's exactly how we got there. And I want to add also that I think it was very interesting to see how women entrepreneurs had their own way of reacting to what was happening.
Yeah.
I think everyone reacts differently, but I think that as entrepreneurs, we have that, we have that bug that we
that
know
drive.
that we right, that drive. I mean, I call it a bug, but it's a drive. You're right. It's it's this thing that we know that we can do something. We know that we can put together a project, or we can be on social media, or we have people that follow us, or we have circle of influence. We have our clients, or our industry partners, or we have so many more people. And I think that we need to remind ourselves that we're not only Jewish women, we are Jewish women entrepreneurs, which means that we are really established in the world of business, that we have connections, whether they're
Network, I was going to say,
we have it right. We have a network, whether they're Jewish or not, whether they are around us physically or online. And so this potential of exponential connection and of drive that we have, that we didn't just sit around and wait for money to come in or for a salary or for a job. We actually started our own business. We have clients, we have products or services, we have some things that we decided to do and that we acted upon. And I think that that's why the Be Part of the Solution is such a good initiative and so aligned with who we are, not only as Jewish women, but as entrepreneurs who like to actually make a change. And also I think what you said about not reinventing the wheel, when we did our surveys and our focus groups and we asked questions, that's what we heard from people who said, I want to help, but as an entrepreneur, I don't have time now to start a whole initiative. But I don't want to sit back and just, watch other people do something. I want to actually be part. I want to do something. I want to be active. And I think that this idea that we came up with, which we call the Be Part of the Solution, is really giving them that opportunity to do something without having to start their own initiative or nonprofit or project.
Correct.
And that's it. So I want to ask you, how does it work? If now if I'm a business owner or entrepreneur and I'm looking into this and I do want to be part of the solution, what do I do? What's, how am I part of this initiative?
Sure. So we have a form that we ask you to fill out, both the business experts and the nonprofit. And then we have a call with you. We go, we talk to you. We explain to you a bit more about the project. We understand a bit more about you and what it is that you'd like to, give, offer, share, etc. And then we make a match. We match you up with a nonprofit that needs your services. So if you're a marketing person and there's a nonprofit that desperately needs marketing, help, we put you together. If you're a nonprofit that needs help with fundraising and we have a fundraising specialist, we'll put you together, like that kind of thing. And then you have a call to see if you feel that it's a good match. And if it is, then you're on your way. Yeah. What I also wanted to add to what you were saying earlier is that there are a lot of people that want to help, but as you said, not everybody has a lot of time. We are busy business people. A lot of us have families that are demanding, etc., etc. But whatever you can give is making a difference. If it's 1 hour a week, that 1 hour is valuable to being part of the solution.
Yeah.
Your voice can make a difference. Your skills and expertise can make a difference. And it doesn't even have to be something that you necessarily do within your business, but it's a skill that you've learned by being a business person, a business expert, a leader within the Jewish world that can be used to be part of, you can use that skill to be part of the solution.
Yes. I think it's very important to say that some people might hear what we're saying now and saying, I don't have anything that I can give. Like, I don't, my business has nothing to do with nonprofit. I have no idea how I can help. And I think what you're saying is very important because I think anyone who's a business owner has some expertise. It doesn't have to be a huge expertise. It doesn't even have to be an expertise connected to nonprofit. Whatever you know how to do, and if you're willing to give a little time, you mentioned an hour a week, it could be an hour every 2 weeks, it could be whatever you decide, it could be mentoring. We are helping you also decide what is the best way of, the best use of your expertise and your time. And I also think it's important to mention that the nonprofit that we're looking at, we're giving priority to nonprofits that are not established, that are not huge and already have big teams, but rather nonprofits that are either not even established, just a project, just an idea, just an initiative that 2 people can have. And by the way, we also want to use this platform and this opportunity to give us names of initiatives. If you've heard around you people that are starting new projects and don't have the exposure or the help that they need, reach out to myself or to Martine, and I think that this will also help. Martine, I want to ask you more on a more like personal level, but personal as everyone, like all the women in our community. How did it feel when, I remember when you came up to me and you said, I want to do something. I want to help. I want to be part. And I remember when you said, okay, you'll become the head of the global impact of the global network. And I'm so happy that you joined the team. But I want you to share, like, how did it feel when you had this perspective of being able to do something, like, with the global network? Can you share, like, how you were before and how it felt for you to be able to be part of this?
For sure. So beforehand, I was very frustrated. Yes, we were all baking food for the soldiers, and we were all baking food for the Millennium Wives, and we were all going to help, at events for, the displaced. But there were thousands and thousands of people doing that. And it got to the stage where how many more, the soldiers were giving back the cakes and the sweets, and they didn't need it anymore. And I was like, and when I saw what was going on around the world, right? I come from South Africa, and South Africa took us to the ICC. And when I see what's going on in America and the campuses and whatever, I was like, this is so much bigger than just October 7th. Yes, that was the jumping board, if that's the right term. But October 7th has given every worm that has been stuck in the wood the opportunity to come out of the woodwork and show their face. And not only that, I see so many people around the world that are very ignorant, uneducated when it comes to the Middle East and the conflict and everything else. And they're just spewing whatever, tagline they've heard. You ask them what river and what sea, and they don't know what you're talking about. And you ask them, whatever the slogans are, like, I don't want to get into it now because we all have seen that kind of footage. And I was like, you know what? I have a voice. I have a voice. I have a platform. I have a network. I have a connection. I have to use that to educate. And if I can help one person through what's my efforts, if it's through connecting an expert or nonprofit, and the nonprofit then educates or change the perspective of one person out there, then I've done something to be part of the solution.
Yes, definitely. And I remember when you even said, oh, maybe I'm going to go and help a nonprofit too. And I said to you, well, you are already helping a lot by,
Right.
helping, and the whole, project that would be part of the solution, enabling others to be able to help nonprofits. So we're very proud to say that we already have a match and a half, I think. I think it's
Correct.
one and a half. The half one still needs to be closed. But the idea is that we see that people have good intentions. People want to share their expertise. People are very grateful. The nonprofit side are very grateful for the help that we bring them. And I think that also, something that we have to take into consideration is that this is going to be, I hope not, but it seems like it's going to be a long war. Doesn't seem like it's going to end.
It's already been a long war.
It's already been a long war, exactly. And October 7th, like you said, has started this war. It's 1 year, who would have thought? But it seems like it's going to be even longer with the North, with the South, and with anti-Semitism. We're seeing it all over the world. In France, in the US, in South Africa, I know is also a very difficult place for Jews. And so we have to be ready for this in the longer term. We have to bring people together, have systems of support, enable those nonprofits who are doing amazing work to be more professional, to have more resources, to have more expertise and more knowledge. And that's why I'm so happy that we had this idea, because on the one hand, you have experts who have all this. They have this expertise. They know how to build the business. They know how to grow. They know whatever their expertise is. And that's what they do for a living. And on the other hand, you have those nonprofits who want to do good, who have those good ideas, who want to spend their time doing good, but sometimes they need help in being more professional and having the right resource. So I feel like the Global Network is exactly doing what it could do
Right.
with this potential resource. I want to mention that we will put the link in on all the different platforms where this live is being streamed, so that you can apply whether you are a business owner and you want to be, sharing your expertise, or you're a nonprofit and you're helping, and you're doing your share to help the situation. So, Martine, I want to.
Natalie,
Yes.
if I can also, sorry, just clarify, when we speak about a nonprofit, we don't mean that you have to have official
Yes.
nonprofit status. We mean
Yes.
that you could be an individual that is, doing something to help the soldiers on the side, and you're raising money to cover the costs.
Yes. Exactly.
It doesn't have to be a
It doesn't
certified
have to.
nonprofit.
Yes. Exactly. So we're getting to the end of this streaming podcast live, and I want to, again, like I said before, I want to connect to those words from Iris Haim, who is a very, very inspiring figure. Like I said, I'm hoping to interview her in some shape or form, because I feel like she has a very strong message, and she's coming from a place of overcoming her undescribable pain of losing her child and deciding to do something with it. And what she said about, yes, time will heal, but only time with action. And this is what we are offering. I think that a lot of people need to channel their pain, need to do something with it, and not just be sitting in front of the television or reading the news. So this is a very healthy way to not only overcome our own challenge, but also help others. So, Martine, I want to take this opportunity to thank you, because, like I said,
Thank you.
without you, this initiative would not have, been taking this, amazing place that it has. Did you want to add something?
Yeah, I just wanted to say that for me, the most rewarding and exciting and inspirational part of this whole initiative of Be Part of the Solution is to see how excited the people that we've connected with and the people that want to be part of the solution, and how driven they are and how motivated they are and how excited and on the ball they are. That's given me like a lot of inspiration and chizuk to we're doing what needs to be done, and it's important.
Yes.
And
Exactly.
the last thing that, if I can just say, and I say it on every call, there is power in a butterfly's wings, and we are all butterflies.
Yes. Thank you so much, Martine. Thank you
Thank you, Natalie.
to this whole amazing community that is allowing us to not spend the whole day just crying, but also having a perspective on something that we can do. And of course, we're praying. We won't stop praying until all the hostages are back home and all our soldiers are safe home, and there won't be any anti-Semitism in the world. And we have to turn this into our power. This is our magic sauce that we have to turn all this pain into power of being connected to being Jewish. Thank you, and we will see you in the next episode, in the next live. Thank you so much, everyone.
Bye, Natalie. Thank you.